course. Good morning. Today we're going to talk about lesson 3.2, zeros of linear functions. A linear function is a function for which the table, that should say the graph, is a line. The simplest linear function is f of x equals x. Remember when we talked about functions in chapter 1, f of x just means y. So it's y equals x. This graph right here is the simplest graph. We are going to call them the parent function. A family of graphs is a group of graphs with one or more similar characteristics, just like maybe in your family. Maybe both of your parents have blonde hair and blue eyes. And if we were to look at all of your brothers and sisters, the whole family has blonde hair and blue eyes. Similar characteristics. So please make sure that you know both definitions for parent function and for family of graphs. Okay. To find the zeros, the solution to an equation or the solution to your graph could be called the zero or the root. That is where your graph is going to intercept or touch the x-axis. Let me just get that definition for you as well. I apologize. So this is the other definition you need to know. You need to know parent function, family of graph, and you need to know the x-intercept is also called the zero or the root. You can solve an equation by graphing the related function. The solution of the equation is the x-intercept of the function. And one more time, the x-intercept is also called the zero or the root. It's called the zero because the x-coordinate is going to have a number, but the y-coordinate is going to be 0. Here we go. To find the zero of a related linear function by graphing. Here's our problem. 2x minus 2 equals negative 4. Step number 1, let's set the equation equal to 0. So I'm going to do it for you. I know it's in front of you, but then you can add additional notes. I think that's more profitable. So give me 1 second, and I will get there with you. So let's just go ahead and do this right over here. Example number 1. We don't want to be on highlighter, do we, Mrs. Urso? Here, pen. Okay. (2x minus 2 equals negative 4. And the directions will read, find the zero of the graph. Okay. 2x minus 2 equals negative 4. This is the original equation. Number 2, we're going to get one side equal to 0 by adding 4 to each side. Does that make sense? So the first thing you do is you write the equation. This is a set of rules you have to follow to find the zeros. To find the zeros, you add 4 to each side. So now I have a new equation. 2x plus 2 equals 0. Are you with me? So that's your first rule. Your second rule would be this. Replace 0 with f of x. So now your equation would be f of x equals 2x plus 2. Remember, f of x is the same thing as saying y. Okay? So now we're going to make a table Pick points. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick 0, 1, 2, -1, and -2. When we put 0 in, we get 2 times 0 plus 2, or what do we get? 2. When we put 1 in, we get 2 times 1 plus 2, or what? What's 2 times 1? Good. When we put 2 in, we get what? 6. When we put -1 in, what do we get? Excuse me? 0. And when we put -2 in, what do we get? -2. So my ordered pairs here would be 0, 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, -1, 0, and -2, -2. So what do you think we should do after we made the table? Now we should graph it. What you're looking for is you're looking for where this graph is going to cross or touch or intercept the x-axis. That is the 0 of your graph. Okay? So let's go ahead and graph our points. The first point is 0, 2. The second point is 1, 4. The third point is 2, 6. Sorry. The next point is -1, 0. And the next point is -2, -2. Okay, does everyone see where the graph intersects the x-axis? Yes? Where does it intersect? So the 0 of this function would be -1. Or we could say the root of this function is -1. Remember, zeros and roots mean the same thing. Why do we say the 0 of the equation? Because it's where the graph is going to cross the x-axis and the y-coordinate equals 0. Yes, question.
If you don't have to graph it, like if you can say to graph it,
It said to graph it.
but
Find the 0 of the related function by graphing. That's what the directions will say. Okay. Okay, I need to tell you one thing, and this is it, and then I'm done. Remember, y equals a number is a special graph, is a horizontal line. It's a horizontal, if I could spell it, horizontal line. It never, it's in your notes, you can highlight it, intersects the x-axis. So, y equals any number has no zeros. Oh, I don't think I wanted to do that. Oh, Lord, help me. Are you with me? Let's show it to you in your notes right here. Let's just look at this because this is important. One more time. Remember that y equals a number is a special graph and is a horizontal line. These lines don't intersect the x-axis, so they would have no zeros. Okay, we'll pick it up here tomorrow. Basically, what you need to know for tomorrow for the quiz. 1 second.